Eddie, my dear, you.
How are you? I'm very good, thank you. Well, I'm pretty good. My left leg has been complaining all day, so I've been limping.
I gather, yeah. Oh my, you really are extraordinary. I don't want to bore you with all the superlatives that have already been heaped on your head, but I tried to get sleep last night, and I was thinking about what I would be like if I was doing this, and I just can't even take my mind there. It's as if you're from another planet. You are extraordinary.
But
I know
you,
you don't like hearing this,
no, but
but you really are.
let me say this, Stephen, because you know that you do extraordinary things, and you would say it beyond with your mind, and you were probably never into sports. Were you into any sports when you were younger?
No, when I was young, I loathed sport. Of course, the revenge of time means I now love almost all sport.
Oh, really?
It's actually, I tell you what I love is games.
Right.
So I love snooker and darts and cricket and football and things where there's a fantastic structure. I'm not quite so keen on athletic things like cycling and running
Right.
because there's no real drama or narrative. Of course, there is if you understand these things. There's always a narrative, but I just love the excitement of who's going to win and how are they going to do it.
But that's that.
What?
But you're talking about the watching of them as opposed to the doing of them, yeah? On these sports?
Oh, absolutely. Oh goodness, as far as participation is concerned, I mean, I like pushing a snooker cue and throwing a dart, things that don't involve strength and pain, Eddie. Pain. Call me strange. I find pain a pain. I don't like it. It upsets me.
I can prove to you that you could do a marathon if you want. Now, you're not going to do one and you don't want to do one, but there's a logic. I have logic proofs. You might like this idea of logic proofs. You might even do it yourself. I have two.
No.
This is my logic proof. If you had a
Go on.
loved one, a dear loved one of yours, and you were
Yeah.
in a lockdown situation, maybe a terrorist situation on top of it, so there was no taxis, cars, or anything. You could only
Yeah.
have your body, and there was medicine that would keep them alive, and it was half a marathon away. It was 13 miles, or it was 21K away. You would get there. It wouldn't look pretty. It wouldn't be fantastic, but you would have the motivation, and you'd get yourself there, you'd get it, and you'd bring it back. You would surprise yourself. If you don't believe it, I think you would, because that's the thing we humans do. With the right motivation, we just drag ourselves to the thing, and the brain runs the body. Do you think that's true? Do you think that would work?
I think it's a very profound remark because everything begins in the mind and in, I suppose, that word which is so unfashionable and has been ever since Nietzsche and the Nazis, which is the word will. Because, of course, we associate that with the triumph of the will and all those awful Nazi kind of propaganda images of will. But will is a fascinating thing because I think it was Schopenhauer is another one who's slightly out of fashion for that reason, who said that it's not a question of having a will. You have to have a will to have a will.
Ah, yeah.
You have to want to want. Do you know what I mean?